Kyle Klingman with Track Wrestling. We have Tommy Gantt, All-American for North Carolina State, but more importantly, he will be part of the Hawkeye Wrestling Club Showdown Open on November 1, facing Michael Kemerer. How are you, Tommy?
I'm doing good, man. Couldn't be better. How about yourself?
Doing good. I mean, how could I not be doing good knowing that you get a great matchup November 1 in Coralville, Iowa? Are you excited?
Man, I'm excited, man. It's been a while for me, man. Probably about a month, probably going up on 2 months now since what, September? Oh,
Yeah.
it's probably about a month. Yeah, about a month.
How'd you get the invitation?
Oh, man, Pat called me one night. He was like, hey, I might have a match for you. And I was like, who? He was like, one of the Hawkeyes. I was like, hey, say less. Let's do it. Those dudes come to wrestle, man. I like that.
So
Respect.
right away you didn't know who it was, or did you know it was Michael Kemerer?
No, I didn't even know. He just told me, yeah, it was going to be a Hawkeye. I was like, yep, let's do it. It's like.
And it's got to feel good knowing this is a compensation event. Was that a nice cherry on top, or were you going to take it regardless?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, that always makes it sweet. But, yeah, I planned on taking it regardless, though. But that's always sweet, though, man, you know.
How do they go about this as far as contracts? Do they lay it out for you? Do they tell you the weight you have to make? How do they approach this from your vantage point?
Yeah, they reached out to me about I think like a month ago or something like that, and then I ended up emailing I believe Morningstar it is, and they sent the contract right over, and then I basically signed everything. Catch weight of 176, and that's pretty much it, man. It was straightforward. Signed the paperwork that same day and got it back over to him.
You keep getting better. Your career, I don't even think is close to reaching its ceiling. How have you gotten so much better since college? One-time All-American, which is a great feat, but it seems like you've gotten a lot better since college.
Man, really, just focusing on the things that I wasn't good at, man. Like putting matches together, closing matches out in college, and just overall like fine-tuning everything, you know. Finishing clean, and I think freestyle also contributed a little bit to that too, because you can't be as sloppy in freestyle. You get exposed here and there, or give up a few turns here and there. That's it, man. That's the match. So you got to kind of be a little bit more cerebral in your approach to a freestyle match rather than a folk style match. So I think every bit of those things played into everything. Great coaching too, man. Can't forget about the coaches. Great coaching, man.
So you like freestyle better than folk style?
I'd say so. I like the folk style pace, but the freestyle match style is just different, and the mentality it's just different. You know, it kind of makes you want to be more offensive and more clean with your scores.
Do you love wrestling? Is it something you've always loved, or have you grown into it?
Honestly, man, I can't say I've always loved it. I grew up playing like football and basketball and stuff. It was just kind of something that I ended up trying and ended up being good at and ended up falling in love with. So not at first, but yeah, now, man, this is definitely, I think anybody that does it at the senior level, you got to love it. Cause I mean, we're not in it for the money, right? So you got to love it. There's got to be some passion there, you know?
What grade were you when you found it? How old were you?
I was 12 years old, I believe, sixth grade, something like that, when I started wrestling. I actually thought it was WWE too, man. It's crazy.
Did you take to it right away? Like, did you pick up on the nuances, or was it a tough fit?
Man, I was shocked, to be honest with you, man. I was going in there expecting to see a range, some tables, ladders, chairs. I seen a mat with a circle in it, and I'm like, what is this? I was like, dude, I was asking the coach. I was like, man, what is going on? Like, where's the turnbuckles? And he was like, nah, this is real wrestling, man. And I was kind of bummed that first day, but I ended up sticking with it. My mom taught me and coming back, and it was challenging from the start, man. Just the approach to wrestling. I'm like, dude, I'm used to like tackling guys, and now I gotta hold somebody down, I gotta pin somebody, I gotta figure out what all of this stuff is, and I think just it being harder than everything else is what made me stick with it.
When you have that, though, when you have that expectation and it's completely different than what you expected, how do you stick with it? That's a hard part to think it's going to be coming off the turnbuckles and tables and chairs, and then it's completely different. How do you adapt to that?
Man, I honestly don't even know, man. I can only attribute it to this being meant for me to do, you know, just being a God-given thing for me to wrestle, you know. That's the only really thing I can like think of to make sense of it all, you know.
Tell me about your mom. What's she like?
She's a pretty down-to-earth woman, man. God-fearing Christian woman. I had a pretty good upbringing. Both parents in the household, man. It was great growing up, man. I think she did an excellent job, man. 5 boys, 1 girl. It's tough, but she did a great job, man. I love my mom to death, man.
So what's the difference between your mom and your dad as far as their approach to parenting?
My mom was a little more. Oh, you're making me think here. I don't think I've ever even answered this. My mom was there with us every day, like doing homework and stuff like that. She was a stay-at-home mom, so she was like the day-to-day operations person. And then when Dad would get home, he would kind of have dinner with everybody and do the talking and everything like that. So the main difference between them is, I think my mom's way more emotional than my dad is. My dad approaches things from like a logical perspective. So like, I can remember when I was younger, man. I remember getting maybe like a C or something like that when I was in elementary school. And my mom was like upset, yelling and stuff like that. Like, this is not acceptable, blah, blah, blah. And my dad came home. He's like, son, hey, man, it happens. What are you going to do from this point forward to improve this grade? Because this isn't acceptable. And I was like, all right, this is way more my speed. Like, this is how you get to me. But I think overall, I took to both of them. But just kind of fire and ice type deal, yin and yang. I think they mesh well together, man.
How about your siblings? Do you get along with all of them?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, for the most part, I get along with all of them. I mean, we had some rough patches here and there when we were growing up, but now everything's on the up and up, you know. But yeah, man, that was a competitive household, man. When I was younger, me and my brothers competed at everything, man. Eating, who could throw the furthest, man, anything. I'm telling you, anything. Who could get in the car first? Who could fight for the door, man? It was just a nonstop competition with everything, man.
I remember the Smiths saying that they had to fight for food. Was that ever the case for you guys?
Oh, never the case. But hey, if it was, I would have won that battle every day, all day.
Did you get in some wrestling matches? I mean, once you got the skills, I'm assuming you dominated the siblings, didn't you?
Honestly, man, I can't remember too many times of us ever getting into any squirrels. It was very, very few, very few. And if there were, it was like because of like a competition, like a football game or something like that. And there would be a shove or a punch, and that would be it. But I can only remember like 1 or 2, man, very faintly.
Tell me about the North Carolina State Wrestling Room. Pat Popolizio is the head coach, doing a great job there. What do you like about the program and what it brings out in the wrestlers that it has in the room?
Dude, I love it, man. It seems like we just keep getting better. Like even from when I initially started at NC State, we had a pretty good recruiting class, but not on the level to compare to the recruiting classes we're getting now. Like as soon as you get comfortable, man, in college, I can remember when Hayden came in. As soon as you get comfortable, I was like, all right, I'm beating everybody in here. Then he comes along. Then I'm like, all right, man, now we got an 18-year-old young buck. He's coming at me hard the first day. Trent, both of those guys. But just continuing to get better, man, and recruit better guys, put out more content, better content, and having a great coaching staff, man, with good personalities and coaching that fits everybody on the team. So I think, man, it's really good. I love it, man. I loved it when I went there, when I initially signed, and it's gotten substantially better since then, man. So on the up and up.
Mike Machiavello is the most recent NCAA champion for the Wolfpack. Pat calls him the mayor. Do you see that in him?
Man, he is the mayor, the governor, the senator. He's everything, man. He's a good dude, though, man. Mike's actually my roommate, too. But, yeah, he's a good dude, man. Talks to everybody. Down-to-earth dude. He'll have a 30-minute conversation with an absolute stranger. And sometimes if I'm with him, I'm like, oh, my God, man, I'm trying to get home, and this dude's still talking. But he's a good dude, though, man. Real down-to-earth, like, genuine guy, you know?
You got a teammate competing. Nick Gwizdowski's on the card as well. What if after the match they said, we got a surprise for you. You got to wrestle Gwiz at the end of this. What would you think?
Hey, I'm taking his ankles out. No way I'm shooting under that guy, man. That dude's big. It's funny, man, that you mentioned that. We actually done like some first tour lock things in college, but nothing really serious though. Just a little extra competition.
Do you see yourself in some sort of combat sport for the foreseeable future?
Oh man, honestly, I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure I want to wrestle for another cycle, but I don't know, man. You never know when opportunities present themselves, and if the opportunity is there, I don't know. But I haven't been currently communicating with anybody, but I definitely am a big combat sports fan, though.
What do you like to do outside the mat?
Oh, I play basketball, man. A lot of Call of Duty, Warzone, football, man, flag football, stuff like that. Anything active, man, outside hiking and stuff like that, I like to do, man.
How's your basketball game?
Oh, I'd say I'm one of the best, man. One of the best wrestlers out there, man. With the ball in my hands, man. That's fun, man. That's what I grew up doing.
All right, so we're gonna make you team captain. So you're one. So you got 4 of the wrestlers you got to pick for the best basketball team. Who are you picking?
NC State team?
No, anyone. You can pick anyone in the country.
That's a tough one. I gotta go with my guy Gwiz though. He gets all the rebounds, man. When we play out at the OTC.
All right, so you got 3 left.
Mike Bach, definitely. I do hustles. He hustles nonstop. My roommate Tony Negron. He's a great shirt. He'll be coming in the NC State room probably next year. And then for the last one, man, I gotta go my guy Pat Pop, man. Me, him, and Obi, we went down to the inner city wrestling camp in Miami a couple years ago. We ran the entire LA Fitness, I think it is, gym. 5-on-5 full court. We picked up 2 extra dudes and we beat everybody, man. It was crazy.
So what position are you? Are you point guard or shooting guard? Where are you?
Oh man, I don't know, man. I'm pretty versatile. I can play 1 through 3, but it depends. We might have to put Tony at the point guard because he's a little shorter than I am. I'll play shooting guard. We put Mock at the 3, Nick at the 5, and Pat at the 4. I think that's a solid lineup.
So I mean, I would have never guessed that Pat has some basketball skills. Where's his strengths in basketball?
Hey, he just doesn't stop. He's hounding you the whole time, and I think, man, that's what regular basketball players hate, man. They hate somebody that hounds them like that, you know. They just want to freely dribble and shoot and stuff like that. But that's what happens when you play wrestling, man. They bring that pressure, man.
So if you had to bring a couple guys in on the rotation, would the Hidleys be decent?
Oh, absolutely. Hey, they don't stop either. Full throttle, man. Full throttle. Hayden, Trent, Kevin Jack, and probably my man James Green. James is tough too, man. We play out at the OTC a little bit. Dude's got some hops. He's 5'7", with a 30-inch vertical. Well,
I'll tell you what, even if you guys play a pickup game against a superior basketball team, I feel good about things if it gets a little dicey.
Hey, exactly. And that you got to be feeling pretty comfortable going into it with 4 or 5 wrestlers.
As we mentioned on the November 1 Hawkeye Wrestling Club Showdown Open card, when are you leaving? You coming out with Gwiz? When is this going to take place for you?
I believe I'm getting out there the 31st. I booked my flight a while back, but I believe I'm getting out there the 31st around noon or something like that. Plan on getting a workout in and maybe scoping the area out a little bit and then just resting up, man, getting ready for battle Sunday, man.
Do you have a game plan for Michael Kemerer?
Never, man. I just wrestle, man. I just like high level wrestling, man. You put 2 high level wrestlers in there, you're gonna get a lot of points and very good wrestling.
Take that conceptually, because some people like to game plan and know what they're doing. So you just like to be fluid and just take it in the moment?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's my style. Let's go with the flow.
Have you always been that way?
Yeah, for the most part. I think in college we game planned a little bit, but now it's just I pretty much won't know what I'm doing out there, what I'm looking for and stuff like that. So I just go out there and make it happen, you know.
November 1, Hawkeye Wrestling Club Showdown Open. That's Tommy Gantt. He is a fun wrestler to watch. Can't wait to see the matchup.
Let's do it, man. I'm excited.